You know, they're selling y'all wolf tickets, people. You're eating them right up.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I back. Trust me, I back.
But I'm not impressed by your performance.
Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Not one of you will do nothing.
I'll tell you what, bro. You know, I was out there, I was fighting all the hitters, bro. You ain't fought no hitters.
Come on, guys. It's normal.
I'm not saying I would fight you. I would kill you.
John, do you think I'm just gonna sit there and let you kill me, John? I mean, really?
No, don't be scared, homie.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants.
I mean, maybe that's your job, but where I come from, you know, people like that get slapped.
That's fucking illegal.
Nick Diaz, you just shook up the world. How's that feel?
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Yeah, this is a simulated death match. And you haven't simulated anybody's death yet.
I said it last year. We're not here just to take part. We're here to take over.
What is the game plan going in against him?
The game plan is you go in there, hit him with some good shit, don't get hit, and come home with a pocket full of cash.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Everybody's on steroids. The whole UFC, everybody.
I'm gonna go home tonight. I'm gonna drink a Coors Light. That's a Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me nothing.
Do you want to be a fighter? That is my question.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Yes. What is up, MCR family? I know it's been a long time since we did a show this week. I think we did one, was it like Sunday, Monday, I think, and we haven't done one like all week. I'm sorry, I've been like deathly ill. Still kind of sick, but it doesn't matter. It's UFC 239. We're here. Ben Askren, Jorge Masvidal is about to fight. I'm hyped. Foo's here with me. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. It should be a really fun night, at least for the rest of the night. All the fights so far have been pretty good, too. Luke Rockhold just got knocked out. Expect a clip to come up about me and Fu talking about that fight live as the knockout happened once this show is over. But, Fu, how are you doing tonight over there in Dallas? How you doing, man, overall?
Yo, Maddie, I'm good. Excited to be here with the MCR family on what is an amazing fight card. UFC 239, man. Boxing promoters, take fucking notes. This is how you put cards together. This is all interesting fights. All meaningful fights.
This pay-per-view card, especially the main card specifically, has been just fantastic. But ladies and gentlemen, the fight is literally about to start right now. Started. Ben Askren, Jorge Masvidal. Oh my God! Ben Askren knocked out! Oh my God!
Whoa.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Jorge Masvidal, flying knee in the first 3 seconds of the fight, knocks out Ben Askren. What?
Holy shit.
What?
Hype train derailed or what?
I can't handle this. My blood pressure.
Yo.
What? What is this?
Good Lord.
What the fuck just happened? I can't believe what. I mean, we just started the show. It's been 4 minutes, fool. Like, I was not mentally and emotionally prepared for what we just saw right there. But holy shit.
Masvidal is the fucking man. We were saying this before, how much of a beast he is. Like,
Ben Askren's still out. At this I'm concerned about Ben Askren at this point, but wow.
Oh, and Masvidal's still talking shit. He doesn't even care.
Oh my God, they just showed the replay.
Boom. Oh my goodness.
Wow. The flying knee puts Ben Askren out cold, ladies and gentlemen. He goes rigor mortis, and Masvidal comes in with 2 punches, eerily reminiscent of Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping knockout, where it was just like, oh man, this was just not needed in any way, but wow.
Boy, oh boy. Dude, Masvidal knew he would shoot for the takedown immediately,
and just went for
And
the
he
flying
just
knee.
caught him perfect. Look at that. Oh my God. That was terrible.
That's
Ben is just wrecked, dude.
that is the most brutal knockout of the year. Wow. I'm still in shock, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how to deal with that. So I'm going to try to get our Skype computer up. Call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. Call in now.
I want smoke.
As two people that picked Jorge Masvidal to win.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I said it last year. We're not here just to take part. We're here to take over.
Wow. Fu. Talk about
That was amazing. That was amazing. Dude, Masvidal just knew Ben was going for the double leg like immediately.
Yeah.
And he just sold it, and fucking that knee was just so money. Ben's still wrecked.
Give me Kamaru Usman, Jorge Masvidal.
Dude,
Please.
I'm picking Masvidal over everybody. I'm on the Masvidal hype train right now.
That was insane. It was 5 seconds. It's now the fastest knockout in UFC history.
Wow.
Wow.
He's been knocking people out since what? Those old backyard fighting cards with what's his face?
Kimbo Slice, man.
Kimbo, yeah.
Yeah. Throwback, man.
Ben doesn't know anything about that.
I'm just still in shock, man. I was not emotionally prepared for what we just saw right there.
And Masvidal, what I like about Masvidal, he keeps that same energy. Like, he's not going to go say good fight or anything to Ben. No. He just can't stand trash talkers or anyone in the sport that's like disrespectful. He's just like, he just wants to destroy them.
Yeah, I can't believe what we just saw. I stand even harder now. I think it's official now, right? Like we were stands of Masvidal before. I think we all were. Every one of us was a wrestling mark for fucking Jorge Masvidal. But I mean now it's just even more. Jesus Christ. I mean, in this post-fight interview, let's hear it.
I really want to hear this.
Wow. It's incredible. And rescuing him.
But I want to take this time on a personal. Thank God Almighty for this journey, man. It's been an amazing journey. 16 years I've been doing this at this level. I want to say hello to my daughter Ava, my son Macho Man, and Jay. I wasn't with them the 4th of July because I had to handle business. I love you. I'll be there soon to celebrate. And American Top Team, Dan Lambert, Steve Mako, Mike Brown, Mola Wall, Paulino Hernandez, Jesus Gallo, Johnny Evelyn, Sidney Outlaw.
Masvidal just shouting out everyone in his team.
Yeah.
AT&T being one of the best teams in the sport.
Whatever. Now back to business. I don't want to say nothing about Ben, so don't ask me nothing because I got nothing nice to say. So my mother told me if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it. So we're going to skip Ben questions.
Jorge, the opening move, was this something that you had planned? Did you feel it in the moment? Did you anticipate him shooting?
Because he's a bum? Oh, yes.
He's a bum.
Oh, man. Masvidal.
I mean, that is as perfect a flying knee as has ever been executed on planet Earth.
That dude was talking wild, man. You know, I had to show him that there's consequences sometimes.
There's consequences. Key and Peele sketch. That's a soundbite we need, by the way. Rob, if you're listening in post, get that Key and Peele. Consequences. We need that. Usman.
I don't care what Usman says. He can talk tough. Nobody wants to be in that fucking ring. Nobody wants to be in the
Masvidal. Yes, give me that fight. Give me that fight. Mainline that shit to me, please. Wow. I mean, this was quick. here, Fu. I mean, what do you want to talk about? What is there to talk about? Ben Askren got iced in 5 seconds.
How much of a freak is Masvidal, man? He just starts Darren Till last fight. He just ended the Ben hype train.
Yeah, that was insane, man. I really can't put into words. I cannot contextualize how insane that knockout is. Not only is it the fastest knockout in UFC history, but it's against a guy that's been undefeated. It's against a guy that obviously never been finished. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa being there. Love Wiz, man. I just wow. Gus in the chat.
Too one-dimensional.
Shout out Gus saying technically about 2 seconds from knee impact. Yeah, man. I'm in shock here, guys. I don't think I picked Masvidal to win, but not like that. No one picks anyone to win like that. Okay, I thought he was going to survive maybe two rounds, maybe a round, and then maybe piece up Askren and get a TKO or something. I thought that was a possibility. But a flying knee, record-setting KO that is also knockout of the year.
Yeah.
And now on top of that, probably the closest thing we can think about when it comes to that brutal, especially the follow-up shots, is the Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping knockout. Right? And I don't know if you remember that, Fu, but that's when Dan Henderson knocked Michael Bisping out the right hand. Bisping's on the ground unconscious, and Hendo comes in from the fucking Empire State Building with an elbow, and it hits a knockout.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Right? And this is probably the closest thing to that. That's meme-worthy. That's going to be talked about forever. Wow. Gus saying, what up, Matt Fugatti? What up, Gus, man? Long-time listener, long-time supporter. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're enjoying the fight, everyone. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. Obviously, podcast forums, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. Patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. Don't worry, we're going to be here all night. Take your calls, take your questions, whether they're in the chat, does not matter. Super chat, all that fun stuff down there, guys. Go ahead.
So what do you think? Do you think this is a humbling moment for Ben, or you think Ben just talks just as much shit after this and acts like this didn't happen?
No, I think Ben's a somewhat rational person, to give him some credit. I don't think he can come out here and be super disrespectful. Similar like Conor McGregor. When Conor McGregor loses, he never is out there in the media at first talking shit. He's always very humble in defeat because he knows even if you're a cocky fighter, it's better for your brand when in defeat to be humble and then to be cocky later on.
Yeah.
Same with Ben Askren. Be humble in defeat, and in 2 months, 3 months down the line when you get next fight, you can start being cocky again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the more important question now is like how Kamaru Usman, Jorge Masvidal, how does that fight look? Like honestly, like that's such an intriguing style matchup because Masvidal is one of the better sort of counter grapplers in the sport. Obviously, his striking I think is almost peaking. Like it's really coming to its own in a way that it wasn't before. And even though he's always been a really above average boxer, above average striker, I think he's getting better. Like he's sort of catching that Robbie Lawler like renaissance in his career, where mid-30s, early 30s, it's just clicking all of a sudden. And Usman is a fucking prodigy. Like he is a guy that his cardio, his grappling is just on such another level that George St. Pierre is probably jealous, right?
Yeah.
Does Masvidal defend the takedown from Kamaru Usman? Does his cardio hold up with Usman? Is he able to strike him when Kamaru Usman's striking is getting better? You know, there's a lot of intriguing aspects to that probable next fight. I think they're going to make that fight next, to be honest. I don't think they're going to give it to RDA or anyone like that. I think it's going to be, obviously, Masvidal. I think he's made the case. And I think he is a fan favorite, and the UFC recognizes that. It's a sellable fight. I think Usman and Masvidal's pre-fight antics or bickering is going to be must-watch TV. I'm solely intrigued on that fight now. That is That's perhaps one of the most intriguing fights in the sport right now. Much more so than the Colby Covington fight, in my opinion, with Usman. Because Covington doesn't do anything that Usman can't. In fact, I think Usman is better at what Colby Covington's bread and butter is, which is his wrestling ground and pound. I think Usman's better at it, to be honest. Masvidal has other aspects to his game which could really hurt Usman, which are Usman's issues, is the striking. And Masvidal's ability to counter grapple is just probably the best in the division, at least. Fu, preliminary thoughts on that fight. What do you think? How do you think it goes down?
Man, it's hard to pick anyone over Usman just because he was
so
when
dominant.
You watched him dominate Woodley like that. It's like, God, who could really do that? But Masvidal is tough as shit. Like, he's not going to be an easy out for anyone. And like you said, striking. I mean, dude, like I said, starched. His last fight against a guy we thought he was going to get beat by. And then comes out and in 5 seconds just ends Ben Askren. So who knows? I mean, realistically, it's the fight game and he can knock anyone out, So I think he's so good for the sport. I love his energy and just the person that he is. So yeah, I would love to see him with that belt. That'd be a fun champ to watch,
Agreed.
But we'll see. I think I would still love to watch Usman just fuck Covington up just for the sheer pleasure of watching Covington get just mauled for 5 rounds,
America needs it.
Yeah.
I think the toxic MMA fandom needs to be checked in a bit in an Usman Covington fight. Obviously does that.
Yeah.
For Askren, what do you think is next for him? Is he exposed in a way? I mean, is the Robbie Lawler sort of scare with that knockdown now more of an issue because it's now connected to him being knocked out? Like similar, not into the same degree, but like Luke Rockhold, a guy that obviously has an issue with getting hurt and getting knocked out. Does Ben Askren now sort of face that criticism?
Well, I think what is extremely apparent is he is too one-dimensional.
Yes.
For the top level UFC guys. Like, he's gonna have to work on his defense. He's gonna have to work on his striking. He no longer is just gonna be able to depend on being a great wrestler. Like, it's not gonna play well here in the top, of the UFC. Like, even the Robbie win wasn't something that was definitive. It wasn't like,
there's heavy controversy around
right?
Yeah.
So he's 1-1 in the UFC with a controversial win, and started that fight off very sketchy, and started this fight off very sketchy, So I don't know. I think he's too one-dimensional. He needs a lot of work on his stand-up game. And he just looks like he understands he has no chance stand up with a guy, So he's always right after a takedown, like there's no like measuring your opponent or trying to figure something out. Like, you saw how he came clean. He was on the other side where Masvidal already was, with a deadly striker completely vulnerable. So that didn't make any sense,
I agree. Holly Holm has now entered the cage. Obviously, Amanda Nunes is about to make her ring walk. Sort of last-minute prediction on this fight, Phil.
Nunes, she's the GOAT. She's going to do this. She's the scariest woman. Like, her power is ridiculous. I think Holm's really good, obviously. But Nunes is just on a different planet with what she's doing in the sport right now. She's so good.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. I mean, talking about greatest woman fighter of all time. She's in that conversation, if not the person. You know, when like Henry Cejudo talks about being the greatest like combat sports athlete of all time, Amanda Nunes has a claim to that, in a way.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that Olympic gold medal, in a way, unfortunately.
Yeah, but let's be real; those opportunities aren't there for women like they are for men. Well,
No,
they're getting there, I guess,
especially in
now,
like
but-
the MMA sphere, you know, like maybe the respective would be like Clarissa Shields, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, undefeated, boxer, pound for pound talent, probably the best female boxer in the sport. That's probably another parallel we could use as like the best combat sports athlete of all time. But Nunes definitely making a claim as being the best women's combat sports athlete of all time. And I think this is going to be another sort of notch in her belt for that, right? Holly Holm is a talented fighter, but I think she is nearing the end of her career at 37 years old with a long boxing career, a long kickboxing career, and now a long MMA career on top of it. I mean, I don't see her maximizing another run to the top and beating Amanda Nunes, who's at her best right now, right? And plus, I do think Holly Holm's ability to create offense that doesn't do a lot of damage while expending a lot of energy is going to hurt her with Amanda Nunes. Because Amanda Nunes is going to be just a heat-seeking missile chasing her, or more probably aptly put, cutting her across the cage and beating her up. And Holly Holm's going to throw a lot of jabs, a lot of feints, a lot of leg kicks, trying to keep her off. And I don't think it's going to be quite effective at it.
Yeah.
And I think Nunes is probably going to get a KO, TKO round 2 or 3. Because Holly Holm's not going to engage with her the way that Cyborg has and others have. She's going to be more defensively sort of minded in terms of game planning.
Yeah, I really like Nunes, man. What
a fun person to interview, by the way. Like I gotta say this, one of the most like enjoyable interviews I've had because she's just so happy.
Yeah, she seems like just a fantastic person in general. I would love to see her make a run in boxing. Like, what if Dana was over on PBC side and got her some fights and seen what she could do? You don't think so?
No.
She'd knock someone out over there.
I don't want to see her fight Katie Taylor. Like,
no.
Does that have any, like, no, I don't care to see that.
She doesn't have to go right in there and fight Katie Taylor.
But I don't want her to fight bums in boxing when she could be fighting great competition in MMA.
What if she won a belt in boxing and in MMA?
Okay, who's she going to beat? Katie Taylor, the undisputed champion at 135?
No.
Or she go up to 147 and fight the undisputed champion Cecilia Brækhus and beat her?
Yeah, that's a chance.
Stop.
She could weather the storm.
Stop.
Brækhus already been put down.
Stop. You are.
And she's getting old.
You are disrespectful, man.
Brækhus is the GOAT.
Leonard Sterling's gonna hear this from his sleep because you disrespect Brækhus' name like that. Okay,
she's the
he's
GOAT.
gonna pull up on you.
Fan.
No. Let me finish the joke. He's gonna pull up on you like Birdman and say, put some respect on her name. Okay, nah, you can't do that, man. Come on.
I'm a fan of Brækhus. She's just getting old too.
No, stop. But she is still a elite boxer, and they are boxing.
Yeah,
Holly Holm's a fading MMA fighter who was a boxer. Very different.
You think Holmes would still take her in a boxing match?
Like if they were to put on boxing gloves and have a 12-round or 10-round, 2-minute round fight, yeah, I think she would win.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think that's without question.
Probably, you're right.
Yes.
It's really hard when you go and you can't use anything other than punches because.
And it's not only that, Fu. The defense behind like your guard in boxing is fundamentally different because of the glove size. You can defend so much more with the size of those gloves than you do in MMA gloves.
Yeah.
So like that's why like certain shots you can land better in MMA than you can in boxing, or you have a higher percentage way of landing them because the gloves are smaller. The defensive shield for a person's face is physically smaller. So
also just like Holmes has to worry about so many other things here, and if there's so much less to worry about.
Of course.
You can just focus on, your striking.
But Nunes, for example, is really good at splitting someone's guard with her straight shots, right? That's
Yeah.
what she's really best known for, splitting someone's guard with those very power long shots, right? But in a boxing glove, in a boxing scenario, it's much harder to do. But Amanda Nunes is about to knock her out in 3 rounds in MMA, though.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys, in the chat? Gus, Santiago, Ivan. What up, Ivan? Fern. DJ Georgie Porgy making a weird appearance.
That's fucking illegal.
So I imagine Georgie Porgy to talk, even though I've heard him talk before. Were you around then when Georgie Porgy was a caller?
Yeah.
In Name Redacted show? Okay. Just making sure.
The Mafias.
Yeah, the Mafias. Fight's about to start. You picking Nunes to win by KO, TKO?
Nunes. Yeah, for sure.
How early?
I think you're probably spot on. Within 3rd round.
3. Yeah. Gus is agreeing with me, 2 or 3 by KO for Amanda Nunes. Fight has started 4 minutes and 54 seconds. For those that want to sync up with us. Holly Holm is so tall.
Yeah. She's a monster too, man. She's in great shape.
Interesting that Holm's the one being the aggressor in terms of forward pressure.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. Good body kick by Nunes. The bad part for Nunes, though, is like, how do you come back from that Cyborg win, man? Like, how do you beat that performance and that win?
That was such a crazy, crazy knockout. I remember us watching that. Oh, Holmes caught her.
You're a little bit ahead of me, so you need to relax.
Oh, sorry, bro. You want me to pause it for a second?
Yeah, pause it for 2 seconds, 3 seconds. That was really caught. I think she just tripped.
She was off balance.
Yeah. Right hand misses from Nunes. A little bit too wide. Telegraphed it. Another thing with this fight is that Holly Holm's southpaw stance will sort of bother Nunes when she really needs to set up her right hand with the jab. Like Nunes, her game is highly predicated off of her setting up that right hand with the jab, the double jab, triple jab. That's what she does. But she's finding a southpaw now. That's a little bit harder to do. Good little lead steep kick by Holly Holm there. She's thrown it a couple times. Oh, high kick from Amanda Nunes. Partially blocked by Holly Holm, but that partially landed.
Yeah, and those have to hurt even through the guard a little bit there.
And plus, she didn't have her both hands up. She only had one hand up to defend it. Not even a forearm. It was like her hand. Ooh, good right hand from Amanda Nunes. Kind of feinted, and I think Holly Holm kind of bit on it, and then Nunes sort of countered her with that right hand.
Can't really tell if Holm has swelling on that left eye or not. Where that kick landed a little bit, maybe. But whoa.
No, I don't think so. Right hand misses from Nunes, but she's definitely trying to land that.
Definitely close.
She's trying to land that.
Yeah.
Again, the clinch. Both throwing minor strikes. Elbow out the clinch from Nunes. Both at long distance now. In the center. Both really just in the center, sort of trying to measure each other up, trying to get the accuracy down, the range down.
Nunes
goes for a takedown. Nice job. Yeah. Gets it, but Holly Holm pops back up. I like that.
Holm is really talented. She is a very good fighter.
She is.
Just all around. But
she's only lost to the best.
Yep.
Good leg kick from Amanda Nunes. About a minute and a half left in the round. Minute and 40 seconds.
Nunes seems to really be enjoying herself. I think she kind of likes being tested,
You can tell she likes fighting.
Yep.
you can also tell that she is waiting for Holly Holm to throw a lazy kick, and then that right hand. She's kind of telegraphing it a little bit too much, honestly, where she might need to do something else to sort of mask it. But that is clearly the shot that she's looking for to be the game changing shot. Holly Holm.
She's starting to have some success with her jab too, though. She landed it a couple of times recently.
Yep, which is kind of turning it in more of like a like up jab in a sense. Like if you have your arms by your waist and you jab up, right? She's good right hand. Oh, head kick knocks down Holly Holm. Fight's over. Fight's over.
Oh shit!
Nunes landed some follow up, but head kick dropped Holly Holm, and she looks still significantly hurt. And Nunes landed some really powerful shots to follow it up. Wow. Great knockout, man. That was early, too. Round 1.
Jeez.
Wow. I can't believe that.
You were saying you wanted them to end quick tonight, so that's
I did. I don't feel good. Guys, for those that don't know, I have like 101 degree fever right now. I am hopped up on drugs, a.k.a. Dayquil, and maybe some Advil, and trying to get over this shit. Oh, man, Nunes. Look at her.
She's just such a fucking bright person. It's so crazy. Like, it's got to be fun to be around her, you know?
I think this might sound really messed up.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. Highlight. Amanda Nunes is so good that I think the MMA gods have to make the rest of the sport so shitty because she is so awesome. Has to balance out, right? The universe does. Gus saying Nunes the truth. I mean, she is. I mean,
damn,
look,
the truth.
I would love a trilogy fight with Shevchenko. That's still the only person that has really given her that trouble and given her that work. God, that right hand when Holly Holm was down, that was
ref
mean.
Saved Holm's life.
That was mean. Did you see that right hand?
Yeah.
She walked up and it was like if you've ever been in the streets and seen someone get knocked out and then someone up and just sucker punch someone they're like knocked out, that was kind of what it was like. It was like someone in the street just fucking whacking someone upside the head when they're already done.
Man.
God damn. Man, Nunes, man. The truth, as Gus says, aptly put. What's next? I mean, do we want the Cyborg rematch if Cyborg beats Felicia Spencer? Is that
what's Cyborg gonna do? I mean,
I don't know, man. She's so good now.
Nunes,
and she's getting better. She's getting better.
It was a vicious head kick.
We may not have seen the best of Amanda Nunes yet, and that's the truly scary thing. Because this fight wasn't supposed to be that easy, honestly. And the Cyborg fight, while really quick, it wasn't easy, right? Like, we can say that. Like, it was a firefight. It was just a quick firefight, and it was over fast. Kind of like the war with Hagler Hearns. You can't say that was an easy fight just because it was a fourth round knockout. No, it was a hard fight. It was just a hard 4 rounds. A hard short fight. She
just lost. She took the short end of a wild exchange.
Exactly.
But
this fight was easy.
Yeah.
Like, this was almost, I'm not going to say effortless, but wow. I just can't, man.
Dude, who's going to beat Nunes?
Let's hear Nunes, man.
Spectacular knockout, and not only did you retain your title tonight, but you erased any doubt as to whether or not you are the greatest female fighter.
Agreed, Joe Rogan.
How does this feel?
Amazing. A lot of people say whatever happened back in state Vegas, but she's about to go over with me.
Let's take a look at the KO. Is this something that you set up because you saw her lifting that right leg up because you timed it perfectly?
I did it right. I walked in my warm-up. I knew I was going to get her.
God damn that finish. And that right hand, it's so mean.
I told my coach I want to knock her out the same way she like to knock people out. And I did it tonight.
So you decided...
Watch her eyes when she knows she got the knockout right here. She smiles right here. Like, that smile after when she's like going down, she's like, "Yep, it's over."
There's very few people in the sport that seem to love what they do as much as Amanda Nunes, right?
Yeah. I would love to talk to her.
Like, think about the comparison of, like, Georges St. Pierre, right? Who routinely talk about, like, the fears of fighting and how he was constantly afraid. Like, he would walk out and be scared, right?
Stomach problems.
You
and
know,
all
like,
that. Yeah.
like, that was he had to see sports psychologist. Like, that was an issue for him. And then you have people like or even like Nick Diaz, for example, who people probably think loves fighting, but he has said time and time again, I hate this shit.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to make money because it's the only thing I know how to do. But I hate fighting. I hate this. I hate feeling like I'm in a war zone constantly, right? While Nunes seems to just love this. Like, thoroughly enjoy this. Like, she's watching, like, her favorite movie, like, doing her favorite activity and hobby, you know, thoroughly enjoying herself. Kid at Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think
That's
I'm that
awesome.
happy when I open my presents on Christmas. She's that happy when she's fighting. And mid-fight, too. Crazy. Again, I would really like a Shevchenko trilogy fight. I think that does make the most sense. But I know that probably won't happen because both fights were really boring, unfortunately. And there's probably no public clamor for a trilogy fight. While the Cyborg fight was thoroughly enjoyable, everyone loved it, and everyone saw it in a very different way. No one really saw the Shevchenko fights. Those all did really low pay-per-view buy rates. Especially the second one when Amanda Nunes headlined, I think only did like 100 and something thousand buys. While, you know, John Jones, Alexander Gustafsson in December did, 700,000 buys? Everyone saw that with her and Cyborg. I think the UFC is going to try to run that one back. It's the moneymaker. I expect that. But Amanda Nunes, again, staking a further sort of definite claim as the best woman fighter of all time, especially in MMA, and you can make the argument in all of combat sports. Fu, any sort of last thoughts on this fight in particular?
I'm just in awe, man.
Yeah.
She's every time she comes out, she just lights it up. Not just in her performance, but just her personality, the way she is coming to the ring, leaving the ring. Like she's a badass. Like,
yeah,
I really enjoy when she fights, and I would love to see like her get headline a really big card or something. That'd be, you know, especially now because pay-per-view, the numbers maybe aren't as important, and you know,
I will
just,
add, I think her stardom is different now.
Yeah,
I do think that. I think the Cyborg fight was a sort of like putting her over, in a sense, to use the pro wrestling term, right? Like, it put her over for the casual fan base in a way that it maybe not that she's a casual fan, like casual fans are aware of her and love her, but she's more on the radar now than she ever was, and that matters. We're gonna take a quick break. I need to get some water, so we'll be right back in about 2 minutes. So everyone relax, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Gonna play some nice music, and everything's gonna be all right.
We'll be right back.
Yes. We are back. Hope you guys didn't miss us too much. Call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. International caller, Skype, Mixed Combat Radio. Obviously, main event is about to start. So let's get some preliminary thoughts in, some preliminary picks in. Let us know in the chat who you guys are picking to win this main event. I think obviously people are picking John Jones, but how are you picking to win? What round? I am curious about that. I'm picking round 1. I feel like we're on a trend right now. I feel like John Jones isn't going to buck that trend. We're all going to get first round finishes, and we're going to get the fuck out of here. So round 1 submission. We go round 1 submission. Probably later in the first round as well. Maybe a Kimura rear naked choke. Something fun. Maybe a twister. Fuck it. Why not? Anything. Fu. Last minute thoughts on obviously the main event. About to start.
This is going to be the only fight that goes to decision. No, I'm just playing. No,
I'll be so mad.
I really
be
hope
honest.
Jones doesn't do that
look,
to us.
I'll be honest. If we enter round 4, I might just cut the show. I'm like, look, guys, like we don't need to keep watching this because I don't need to keep watching this. You don't need especially if it's a bad fight, right? Like if it's if it's like the Anthony Smith fight, for example.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch 5 rounds of that, guys. Like sorry, I don't need to, not at all. Especially when far lesser opponents have submitted and finished Thiago Santos. I'm expecting a little bit more from you, Johnny, the GOAT. Okay.
So he said that it would be easier for him to win by submission than stand up, and that he always wants to beat someone at their own game. So I think he's definitely going for. He's definitely going to go for like the knockout.
Head kick something.
Some way in the stand-up game. So
the standing up
I feel like
game.
It's gonna. Sorry, man, I can't talk. Stay off the weed. Learn the grammar. No, so I think
tits. Have you been smoking something?
I think we're at least seeing 3. We're at least seeing 3 rounds, and then I think it'll be a submission.
Please no. Okay, I'll be upset. Food. You think I'm joking? I'm not. Okay? Because honestly, this was the easiest fight of the 3. Right? I mean, I thought Askren Masvidal was a pick'em fight, honestly. Like, that was a 50-50 fight. I was having a tough time picking that one. Nunes, Holm, I was obviously picking Amanda Nunes, but that wasn't a pushover in any way. Thiago Santos should be a pushover. He should be.
He shouldn't test Jones in any way.
In any way. No.
In any way.
Unless it's a, quote, lucky punch.
Yeah.
You know, that changes the complexion of the fight. But I don't think that happens. I don't think that. John Jones has been hit by some really tough guys, some really powerful hitters. And he's shown to have a good chin, in my opinion. And plus, I think he's one of those guys that is still getting better, which is scary, right? Like, I don't think John Jones is a finished product. Do you?
No, I think Jones is getting much better. I think
now, on the converse, do you think Thiago Santos is a finished product?
Oh man,
I think so.
Yeah, like there's levels, right? And John Jones is just one of those guys who like. It's like every fight he brings something new. You know, there's something different. So the only thing I think about Jones that could be rough is that I feel like sometimes he's just bored. Like sometimes he just knows like he can just coast, you know, that's kind of what I'm worried about is like, does he just coast for 5 rounds? I hope not.
I see what you're saying. I think a lot of people sometimes have that issue, right? Like Masvidal for a really long time had that issue. We just coasted in fights. Like you never really went the extra step in a way. And that hurt him significantly in a lot of key decisions where it didn't go his way in split decisions. Because he just didn't really look like he was there to win it. Josh Kelly in boxing is another person that just you see the talent. You think if they just did more, they would show. Oh God, they're levels above this opponent. John Jones at times does sort of just look like he's going through the motions, like he really doesn't want to be there. Not really doesn't want to be there, but it doesn't interest him. You know, he's a He's a weird guy. All top athletes like that are weird, right? Like they're a little bit different in a way.
Like Andre in his last fight. Like round 1, total domination. Could have ended that fight at any point, but just coasts through and goes to a decision or whatever, right? Like that's the stuff that's irritating where it's like, you're so many levels above this guy. Finish this fight, show your full potential. Don't
Absolutely
get comfortable and just coast. And I feel like that's what happened with Smith when we watched it. Like at any point he could have turned it up and beat Smith.
Agreed.
But in the third round, remember, he kind of turned it up a little. Wasn't it third or fourth round? He kind of came out really hot.
Yeah.
But then he just reeled it back and said, okay, I'll win a decision. Like, no problem.
Agreed. Thiago Santos walking out now. One thing I love, too, about especially UFC pay-per-views is the pacing.
Yes.
God.
There was no filler. It wasn't
None.
like
it was a quick promo.
Fucking segment on.
Quick promo, like a little 30-second spot. And then you had the quick little highlight reel of the press conference earlier, I think it was today or yesterday, for the rest of the pay-per-view schedule. That's fine. And that took, 5 minutes tops?
Yeah. If it was boxing, it would have been like a 15-minute segment on some rando's fucking life.
And here's the thing. Most likely in a boxing pay-per-view, you're getting, 3 or 4 fights?
Yeah.
And it's twice the length?
Yeah.
The thing about it, we've only been 2 hours into a pay-per-view event right now. This is hour 2 starting.
Yeah.
That's nothing. Boxing, we're here for a long time, watching only 2 or 3 fights. They need to fix that somehow. I don't know how they do.
Fighters refusing to come out of their dressing room because they're having a meltdown. Then they get KO'd. No, I'm just playing. Joshua.
Oh, I was like, yo, we're Oliver McCall, damn, man, like he's a fan of the show. Like, how dare you do that? I don't know if he's a fan of the show. I just like to think that since we talk about Oliver McCall more than any other boxing outlet in the entire world, he is a fan of us as well.
Yeah. No shots at McCall. He's a goat.
JumpTube saying, where does this rank as best UFC pay-per-views? I usually don't like that question right off the bat here because it's so hard to contextualize which pay-per-view event has been better. 189 to me kind of still speaks to me in a way, to be honest. That was Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald, and Conor McGregor, Chad Mendes, right? Like that one still, I remember all of us at my friend's house bought a shit ton of beer and pizza and shit, right? We're in the garage, had it all set up and everything. Beer pong, everything, right? We're watching the fights, and we stopped doing everything else, and we're watching the fights because that's how good the fights were. There's flying knee knockout after flying. There's 3 flying knee knockouts in a row, I believe, on that card.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'll pull it up really fast. 189. That, to me, for some reason, has still stuck in my mind as, a seminal moment in not only me as a fan of the sport, but as a sport. Honestly, that was a changing moment. That was the day that Conor McGregor changed, in a way. Quickly right here.
No, good.
It wasn't 3 flying knockouts in a row. Sorry, there's 2. Thomas Almeida defeated Brad Pickett via KO flying knee and a barn burner. Then Gunnar Nelson defeated Brandon Thatch in a barn burner, but he submitted him. The fight after that, Jeremy Stevens knocked out Dennis Bermudez via flying knee, and that was insane. And then obviously Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald is one of the greatest fights in UFC history. And then Conor McGregor had that sort of coming out moment with Chad Mendes. That might still be the best one in a way, but I need to think about that. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. Trying to think of some other ones that are come up there. UFC 232 from December. That was a great card. That was Nunes, Cyborg, John Jones, Gus Van too. The rest of the fights were really great too. I don't know. I know Fu doesn't have the memory to think of.
Guys, I don't have the.
No.
I'm way too fucking casual. But what I will say is, the schedule for the next couple months for the UFC is absolutely insane.
I will add though, obviously go back to UFC 100. Great event. There's some other seminal events that you can talk about that are a little more older. But in terms of the recent memory, this is. I don't know if this ranks there yet. It's good though. It's all entertainment. I'll put it that way. Depending how this fight goes, I think will determine that in some way. But also, like, this fight largely has no meaning, unfortunately, right? Like, if this was, imagine if this was John Jones versus Daniel Cormier 2, or John Jones versus Francis Ngannou, right? Right, Fu? Like, it'd be a fight that felt different, that has more of a vibe of what are we going to see?
Very dangerous.
What are we going to see here, right? This one doesn't really have that. This main event,
No.
the main event of this card, unfortunately, hurts the entertainment value of it in a way. Even if this fight's entertaining as hell.
Well, because if this fight's entertaining as hell, then Jones isn't really doing what he should do. Is the problem?
Mhm.
If he, like we said in the start, is if he coasts through this fight, it will affect like the feel of the card.
Absolutely.
Now, if he goes in and submits him or knocks him out first round, we're going to be like, oh, this was a great card. Like, everyone did the damn thing, came and handled business.
But I still think it marks up with the great UFC events because there's no, like, fight of the year contender on here. There's no fight of the century on here. Like, 189 has that, and great knockouts, early knockouts, brutal submissions, brutal finishes. Like, you need a little bit more than just a lot of first-round finishes. Like, Bananarama saying the first-round KO is just making an event great to UFC fans. Not necessarily, but I think in large part, early KOs do help. I'll put it this way. If every fight goes to decision, I don't think so. I think that does hurt it. Fights are less likely to be exciting if they go the full 5 or 3 than if you have a finish in it. Just being honest, guys. Like, especially if you're in the arena, you want to see finishes. You know?
Also, 5 minutes is a lot of time to
It's a lot.
keep your hands up and stay disciplined and not make a mistake. So there are more first round finishes probably than what you would imagine in boxing. Because it's just more time to make a mistake, you know?
Agreed. John Jones about to enter the cage. John Jones is going to have a very interesting legacy when it's all said and done.
Yep.
Because his resume is, I still think, the best in the sports history, to be honest. I still think there's, like, even Georges St. Pierre, who I'm
St. Pierre, yeah.
Who I'm a huge fan of, right? Like, you know that. I stan him. I was a big fanboy of him when he was, back in, like, 2007, right? When he was, like, first started being a champion. Like, back when he had the first BJ Penn fight before he was a champion. That fight made me a Georges St. Pierre fan. But anyways, digressing. I think John Jones has a better career. He just does. But that PD scandals, plural, are going to affect his legacy in some aspect. Even though it probably maybe shouldn't, it will. The fight's about to start.
I think that people will forget that stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
As time,
absolutely.
Distance, time and distance will.
Well, especially like if he keeps picking up wins. Imagine if he goes to heavyweight and like beats DC, Francis Ngannou, JDS, maybe Cain Velasquez. Who else is up there? That's Stephen Miocic. Whoever you want to throw out there. Alistair Overeem. How do you really go? Oh well, he took Turinabol a couple times. It's like, okay.
Well, and especially when you're talking about people that were in the game when it first started and there was really no testing and you could rate them as a GOAT just because there's
not only that, I don't know if you were on the show. I don't think you were when I brought up the Pride rule, right? Where it was like the only thing they tested for was like opiates, something like that. Like it wasn't steroids. They even said specifically, we test for our screening, or our test did not test for anabolic steroids at all. They said that in the contract. And this was 2004. We're talking about 2003. It wasn't like it was in the 80s or in the 70s or in the 60s. No, this was in the fucking 21st century, guys.
Yeah.
Chael Sonnen popped how many times, how many suspensions, and is still getting a desk on ESPN talking about the UFC.
Yep. I don't really think it doesn't affect his legacy to me at all. I just
No.
don't even worry about it.
It doesn't for me as well, but I think it will for maybe, unfortunately, some people, a majority of people, a lot of people, whatever word you want to use there to sort of phrase the amount of people. It's gonna bother some people. It is at the very least. It already has. I mean, you can put it has. It is.
Yeah. I mean, look at a guy like on the just boxing side of things. You know, you've got Povetkin who's popped dirty. You've got
Tyson Fury, Fury, Dylan
yeah.
White,
I mean, and when you look at it, it's like those people aren't dominating
Canelo.
and just running like a chainsaw through the best in the fucking sport. John Jones is obviously like
What about Canelo?
his talent level. Canelo, yes. Canelo is, but dude, he's a special fighter.
He is.
Like John Jones. I mean,
Some people are just
Canelo
special.
legitimately is going to be looked back during this time period, most likely as the greatest boxer of this time period. Like if you ended Floyd Mayweather leaving, Canelo took the mantle of the best. Like
Yes.
top in the
Yeah,
sport.
absolutely. I think that goes without saying, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, there's really no other person that has a clear-cut case that you could challenge Canelo for that, right?
Yeah. No. And if he goes up to 175 and fights Kovalev and beats him, just give it up. I mean, like, number one, pound for pound, no chance for anyone else.
Jump to saying that other Fury is on something too. He'll pop. Was that Tommy Fury? The one that's
Tommy,
on,
yeah.
The one that's on Love Island. Yo, he's looking. He does look like he's on some good stuff. Allegedly, I'm just saying, man. Like, he's looking way too ripped to be a Fury brother in any fashion. I know he's like half brother, but still, like, he's taking the good shit and he's not getting tested yet. That's what it is, guys.
Well, he's not fighting anyone to be tested.
Good point. Round one starting. John Jones, Thiago Santos. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. Johnny, please make this a quick night for me.
Let's go, John.
I'm tired.
Show us one of those great spinning elbows or something.
I don't even need that. Just take him down, submit him. Make it easy. God, these kicks from John Jones already. Leg kick. There's a body kick there. John Jones pressing forward. Size disadvantage is massive, man.
John's dimensions are insane. 84-inch reach. Oh, he got caught with a leg kick.
No, he tripped, man.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It looks like he's stepping on it pretty light.
No, he tripped on it, man. He was mid stand switch, and that's what fucked him up.
Gotcha. Oh. He's got like a 10-inch reach advantage. That's what's crazy. Every John Jones fight, it's like,
was it like 84, 86-inch reach?
Yeah, 84-inch reach. Insane, man. Jones's toes were taped up last fight too on that foot. What did he do to that foot?
You don't remember when he?
Oh yeah, it split. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, that's why it's taped up.
Into the fight when he was doing the interview, and he's like, "Oh yeah, when did that happen?"
My bone is exposed in my toe, guys. It's sticking out. I should probably go to the hospital now.
Yeah.
Good times.
Forget
Head
what
kick
fight
misses
that
for
was,
Thiago Santos. Good leg kick from Thiago Santos, though, right there.
He's fighting very well at the first of this fight.
Not really throwing enough punches, though. Like, I think he needs to get closer and start throwing some exchanges here, or some combinations, because otherwise John Jones is going to catch those kicks and go for takedowns. Oh, spinning elbow. Either partially glanced Thiago Santos or missed. Another really good leg kick from Thiago Santos there.
I think he's just really afraid to throw any punches because of the reach disadvantage is insane, and he's afraid to get countered.
But that's his bread and butter, man. He should be. Not necessarily. He does have really good roundhouse kicks. So, but I do think like if you have a reach disadvantage, get close with your punches. Get within your opponent's reach. But John Jones also
kicks to close distance, like
no, because not necessarily because kicks aren't designed at close distance necessarily. Like imagine your body trying to throw a leg kick and then trying to move your body forward. It doesn't really work that way.
Yeah, but who does that really well? Someone's done that recently that we watched, where they were
You
like
can-
using
you
like
can-
feint. It was more feints, like a feint kick, and then they were like jumping in and catching them with punches. And they had a reach disadvantage. That's more what I'm saying, I guess.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I'll have to go back and
Fucking
watch the
casual.
fight. I don't know names tonight for anything.
It's your first show in
Oh,
ages.
someone's mouthpiece just went flying. Was that my first shot? You said?
I don't know what I said.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't remember.
stay off
the weed. But hey, I have a fever. I'm gonna blame that.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, good combinations there from fucking Thiago Santos with his punches. Ooh, good little Superman punch right there.
Santos is kind of opening up on him right now. I'm telling you, bro, Jones is going to coast. He's going to get afraid of getting knocked out or something, getting caught in some exchange, and he's just going to coast through.
And like I said, if we're in round 4 and it's the same round over and over again, I am turning this live stream off and I'm going to bed. You can all hate me. I do not care. Phil, you know you secretly agree with me.
Well, yeah, I really just wish that he would just go for the takedown and just end this, because I think that's where he's so obstinate, though. It's like he wants to enforce his will on the guy instead of just doing what he knows would win the fight. Just go win the fight. It's so annoying to me. He's too good to like.
It's so annoying to me.
He's too good to do what he like. Ah, man, I don't want to see the last fight again. That's so annoying. Oh, here he goes. All right.
Round's over.
Who do you have winning that round? Jones?
No, Thiago Santos.
Yeah.
Yeah. He landed far better shots.
Way more leg kicks.
Landed some
really
punches
good
too.
combination. Yeah.
That's an easy Thiago Santos round.
Yeah.
Videos of Masvidal doing some post-fight interviews. He looks so happy, man.
Oh, I bet.
He looks like a kid in a fucking candy store right now, man.
He was so happy when he won.
Dude, he was he was mocking Ben Askren as he's literally in rigor mortis state right now.
Yeah.
Right there, just dead.
Oh, they replayed that like, oh no, that kick landed. See? I told you.
I just don't think that was a significant kick, though. Sorry. That kick right there, the second one, that's a significant leg kick.
Oh, yeah.
You see the difference? Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I'm John Jones in that first video getting leg kick like that, I'm fine because my leg went with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, Jones.
Jones, when it comes to striking, is really boring because he doesn't throw in combination. He's not a combination striker in any facet when it comes to punching, kicking. Like, he doesn't throw in combination.
Oh,
what happened there?
Santos hurt himself with that kick. Looks like he hurt his front leg.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to end it because he's
he's
he
hurt.
knows. Yep. Oh, Jones has to jump all over him here. He's got. Oh, he can't even hardly stand on that leg.
That was weird. Hyperextended his knee or something?
Something. Come on, Jones. What the fuck?
You shouldn't be surprised by this.
No, I'm not. That's.
And jump tube. This is why this is not pay-per-view. Best UFC pay-per-view ever. Shit like this.
Jones is such a creative striker. He's such a timid striker. Like this guy is not even close to his level. I just don't understand.
I don't think he wants to deal with the power, honestly. Like, I think some of those combinations are frustrating, bothering John Jones in a way.
I felt like the same thing with Smith. Like, he knew he could get caught and knocked out. So it's like, look, man, I'm just going to
play it
I know
safe.
I can coast through here. Like, I can just win this on points. If he makes a mistake, I'll submit him or knock him out. But outside of that, it's a really just
good head kick from Thiago Santos. It's blocked by John Jones, but John Jones ate that with the block, if that makes sense. Like, he didn't try to roll with it at all. He just took that shot straight onto the forearm. I don't like that.
Jones really hasn't committed to anything either.
Nothing. Not even shots. Takedowns, nothing.
He's going to get caught, man.
Possible.
Like, I don't know if it'll mean anything, but I think he'll get caught by a significant shot. Like, Santos is getting closer to landing some of those punches. Oh, nice shot.
But Santos' leg is suspect. That's the issue.
Yep. He can't move when he was in that stance. He couldn't put any weight on his back foot to move.
He couldn't go lateral at all. And John Jones recognized that through a good body kick. And that kind of, air quote, dropped Thiago Santos. I think it's more, again, a balance issue with that injured leg right now. It's his right knee, I think. Oh!
Yeah.
Teep kick to the face by John Jones. I like that. Good body punch by Thiago Santos.
Jones is going to work on that front leg if he keeps in that southpaw stance.
He's not throwing a lot, though, man.
Come on, Jones.
He's not throwing any leg kicks, really, though.
He threw one a little bit ago and got him pretty good. Oh. He came close to getting caught right there.
But that was good defense by John Jones.
Yep.
That was good head movement. Oh! Head
nice
kick
head
lands
kick.
by Thiago Santos, but John Jones eats it, walks forward.
Jones has an underrated chin. I don't think people give him enough respect for the shots he takes.
Absolutely agree with that. That's why I think I prefaced this fight before it started with, hey, John Jones, yeah, Thiago Santos has a puncher's chance, but really, does he? Because John Jones has a great chin.
Yeah.
You know, like, even if Thiago Santos lands that shot, I don't know if it finishes John Jones. I don't think so.
No.
I think John Jones might get hurt, but he's going to survive it probably and win the fight still.
Santos' movements just really impeded right now. I don't know, like, he just can't really do much off of that leg.
He is doing a little better, though. I mean,
yeah,
he's doing better. Oh, there was a spinning kick there from Thiago Santos, so at least you feel comfortable on the knee for that.
Yeah,
that's good. I wonder what it was then.
He kicked. I think he just hit bone on bone on a kick or something because
and it just hurt maybe.
Yeah. Because it was right after a kick, he pulled his leg back real weird, real quick, and then kind of hobbled. As long as we never see like an Anderson Silva like leg break on a kick again, I'll be fine. That was so nasty. And I told you so. Here we go in the third round.
God, no. Guys, hey, this is it for me. It's the final round for me, guys. Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to let up. I'm going to change my mind like I usually do when it comes to things regarding pay-per-views.
Oh, it was a missed kick. I see. You were right. So it's kind of more like an hyperextension or something. Oh, yeah.
And it's actually, it wasn't his right leg. It's his left leg. It was the leg that was planted.
See, Jones on his like domination run.
Joe Rogan thinks it's a torn ACL.
Oh. Jones on his run early on would have just knocked him down with that kick, taken him down, and ground and pounded him and put him down. It would have been done. That's what I want to see. Ground and pound Jones. That's when he would do the like.
Hellacious elbows from like
Oh
full
my
guard.
God! Yes. I
It
want
was,
to see that Jones again.
it was like if Tito Ortiz was like in his prime, but on steroids and actually good.
Yeah. Yeah. When you do like to get both their arms pinned and just well on them. That's so crazy.
Good leg kick from John Jones.
Nice kick.
Thiago Santos, though, he's doing good work, man. I think like we can't underrate actually the success that Santos is having here.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot more than John Jones, but he's landing more. You know, I don't know if he won the last round. Probably didn't win the last round, but he probably definitely won the first round, in my opinion. I'm just gonna be curious to see how like the scoring of this fight, because John Jones isn't doing enough here at this point, but also he's one of those guys that does turn it up late. You know, his best rounds are usually the 4th and 5th round.
Yeah.
Good combination from Thiago Santos.
Telling you, Jones is going to get caught.
But hey, that chin though, eats it and moves up. Trips Thiago Santos.
Come on, Jones.
Flying knee.
Oh, but he's in a bad spot there.
Nah, but he gets right back up because it's John Jones.
I love that he committed to the flying knee at least.
Hey, single strike. Single
significant
strike.
Yep.
It's hey, single strike. That's a flying knee. It's not a combination. He's okay with throwing that.
But it's the first one he's really committed to.
Think about like a 1-2. Wouldn't that be nice? You have all that reach. You're not throwing a simple 1-2. Dominic saying it sounds like a boring fight. It is. It is a boring fight. This is not a good fight, guys, at all.
This is really kind of the
Thiago Santos is in this weird state of not really willing to go out and try to put John Jones out because I think he's worried about getting tripped up, getting taken down, and putting himself in a bad position. But he's the one really only initiating action, and now he has an injured knee, so he's not really doing as much as he used to. And John Jones is just not being efficient here at all, honestly.
Nope.
He's eating shots, ate a huge leg kick right there.
Yep.
That's been landing all night.
He's not even
Head kick misses from Thiago
efficient
Santos.
with his strikes. You know, Jones, for as judicious as he's been with what he's like attempted to throw, like he's not really landing that well.
No, he isn't. No.
I mean, minus that elbow that split the top of his head open, but it was the first one.
It's a weird fight.
And again, for Jones to be such a dominant ground and pound and wrestler, like I don't understand why he doesn't.
Oh, the head kick.
Oh, nice head kick.
Banana say I'm not watching, but maybe Jones ain't on the juice. I don't think it's that. I think this looking like the Anthony Smith fight. Where like there is a look that Thiago Santos is giving John Jones because Thiago Santos is doing some decent work, and John Jones doesn't necessarily like it, so he's not willing to engage fully. But John Jones is still coming forward most of the fight.
This fight is going to be. It's not going to go 5 rounds. I don't think this fight goes 5 rounds.
I think
Jones will end him.
Yeah, I think John is. I mean, one thing about John's sort of pace is that he has a great cardio tank for the last 2 rounds, the championship rounds, because he doesn't do much.
I think he'll end this within the first 2 minutes of the 4th round. He's going to come out really turned up in the 4th round, and we're going to see a submission or a knockout.
You want to bet on that?
Yeah, let's go for it.
I don't know what we're going to bet, but we're betting.
We're both fucking broke.
Yeah, facts. Go to patreon.com/PinkScammer Radio. Support the show in any financial way you can. I definitely have to pay back Fu next month for the website, and that's been weighing on my mind. It's a huge fucking check.
That shouldn't weigh on your mind.
It's a huge check I have to write.
You got a kiddo. That should. Oh, nice back, fucking spin back elbow.
Damn.
Come on,
this
Jones.
fight's so bad.
This is what we need. We need a just hellacious knockout start of the 4th round to just change how I feel about this fight.
This is like a classic John Jones bad fight. Because while there are some really fun John Jones fights, I think John Jones is kind of one of those. He's a George St. Pierre in a way. He's a risk-adverse fighter.
Yep.
Which is smart, long-term for your career, for your legacy. But, damn, does it make for some boring fights sometimes. This is one of them.
I think almost to some of what happens with Jones is he's just bored, too. I just think
can't be as bored as me, man.
He needs to step up to heavyweight and challenge himself.
Yeah, he does.
That's what he needs to do. Because that's when he was at his peak. When he was at his peak, he was really challenged at light heavyweight.
Round 4, let's see if Fu's right. He wins the bet.
Then the first 2 minutes. Come on, Jones.
Funny part is, like, if you're right, you would never, like, live it down. Like, you'd never, like, let me forget that you were the guy that called it.
Oh! It might be the first 2 minutes for Santos. Oh, my God.
I don't think John Jones has ever been hurt by these shots, though.
But he's just, like, he just put himself in a weird, like, if one of those lands, like, it could put him down easy. At least Santos is entertaining with his, like, flurries.
What the fuck is John doing? Like, is he doing, like, the praying mantis stance? Do you see that with his hand?
He's just fucking playing, man. What's wrong?
This is weird. And we had 2 such great fights in Masvidal, Askren, and Nunes, Holm to this.
Yeah.
God.
He probably just needs to do like Cerrone and leave Jackson Link and get better.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, quite honestly.
Can you imagine John Jones at ATT?
Oh, shit. That was close. That would have been awesome. Okay. Yeah, he would, dude.
That's super camp he needs to be at.
Fuck.
Yeah, Greg Jackson's is a fucking mess right now.
Yep. And when you listen to
You got
Cerrone
20
talk
seconds.
about how anyone can go in there and train now and fight against anyone, it's like, I don't know, man. The integrity of the gym matters, especially when you're competing at this level.
His knee just gave out right there. It still hurt.
And I was wrong.
Yep.
Jones is going to fucking coast for the fucking 5 rounds, dude. Oh, my God.
Say we could have stopped this show already. We could have done that. Dominic agrees with you in the chat saying, amen, stepping up to heavyweight makes a lot of sense. I think we're all in agreement there. Plus, there's fresh matchups. They're dangerous matchups. They're intriguing matchups. You know, even guys like Alistair Overeem and JDS present new, fresh, intriguing matchups for John Jones. Let alone Francis Ngannou or Stipe or DC. Like, those are all great fights that we all want to watch right now. I don't think we want to see him fight Corey Anderson or Jan Blachowicz or Dominic Reyes or Johnny Walker. No discredit to them, but they aren't who I see beating John Jones.
No. And Johnny Walker's not tenured enough. Like, he's not, he
No,
didn't have enough
no.
experience.
Same with Reyes, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, what did you say? Like, he spent less than like a full round in the octagon?
Yeah, in the UFC so far with like 3 fights.
You're not ready for John Jones at that point.
Corey Anderson's probably the only acceptable name because just, again, his winning streak in the division, how long he's been in the division, you probably give it to him. But, God, who wants to see Corey Anderson versus John Jones? Does anyone?
Just another fight like this.
Well, at least Thiago Santos is a fun fighter.
Yeah.
Corey Anderson's not at all. About
And
a minute
wouldn't there
left.
be more money for him at heavyweight too?
I don't know,
Wouldn't
maybe.
those fights, maybe?
I mean, probably not, though. I mean, it's the UFC, man. It's not boxing.
It's kind of the same no matter what.
Yeah, like John's going to make his $500K to show. no win bonus guaranteed, and get his pay-per-view upside and be good.
Yeah.
You know, make probably 2-3 million total, and then move on. You know, to the next fight.
How can Jones not take advantage of the fact that this dude cannot fucking move laterally? He falls down every time he has to like pivot out and move laterally to get away from him when he's up against the cage.
Because in order to take advantage of that, you have to throw a combination.
Like, at this point, it's like, rush him, take him down, ground and pound him, get him the fuck out of there. Like,
or if you have a one-legged opponent, arguably up like in front of you, beat him up on the feet. It's possible. He's one-legged.
Yeah,
he's compromised. Like,
take more advantage of his legs. Like, kick him. Like Jones has amazing leg kicks. He's doing nothing.
This is a really bad showing from John Jones.
Santos tried some fucking capoeira. Did you see that?
I don't know if that's capoeira.
Yeah, he tried like one of those like kind of fucking.
Wasn't it? I thought it looked like an Eminard roll from the. I wasn't looking at the screen, but it looked like an Eminard roll.
Was it?
I could be wrong.
It looked like some form of. There was an old movie where the dude.
I know capoeira. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What's that? What's that movie though?
God, I know what movie you're talking. I've seen it.
Yeah,
it's all about capoeira, right?
The Banana Way movie.
Oh my god.
It's
so bad.
Deep cuts.
Deep cut. Oh my god.
That movie's fucking great. You take that back.
Is it though? Is that movie
Probably
great?
not.
Look, guys,
Probably
we have
not.
another round of this fight, but right now we're gonna talk about that movie. I'm gonna look it up right now. Capoeira. God, how do you spell capoeira?
Dude, who knows?
I'm such a bad speller. There we go. Capoeira movie. Da-da-da. I like how capoeira movie is the third thing that's on it.
Because no one knows the fucking name.
Only the strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, that's a classic.
Classic movie, guys.
Everyone watch that. And then hit us up on Twitter. Fucking let us know what you think if you haven't seen it. I'm imagining everyone here has seen that movie, though.
Trailer.
Oh, Santos coming for him. Not catching him at all, really, but he's trying. He's trying to make it entertaining. Jones insists on boredom.
All right, I'm not gonna play the audio because I don't want to get fined for anything, right? But
yeah.
I'm gonna show everyone right now just the trailer, just the visuals of the trailer, guys, and tell me this does not scream 1993 like no other, guys. Okay, this may be the single best trailer ever, just because it's a throwback for sure. Look at that. Look at that. You got people with fucking the big giant jukebox, right? Everyone with the very ugly clothes. So 90s. Great movie, guys. Go watch it.
It's so fantastic.
It's so bad. Like, it's not good. At all.
You're a hater, bro.
Remember the guy with the ponytail? I forgot about the guy with the ponytail.
Every guy had a ponytail, and then nice shot. Oh, Jones is eating some shots here.
Guys, this is far more important though. Only the strong. Go watch it.
He's taking the kids everyone has given up on.
Man, you don't know nothing about anybody here.
Oh my god, it's so 90s. Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. Go watch this movie, everyone, please. Please. I think you can find it on YouTube. I think that's how I saw it. I think I watched it on YouTube. It's good. It's good.
Only the strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
1993.
So good.
Jesus Christ. That is a deep cut. I can't believe you know that movie, man. I thought I was like one of 12 people that have seen that movie.
That movie is awesome. You know, it's like awesomely bad, but still. Come on. Those are the best kinds of movies,
They
honestly,
are.
right?
They are. Absolutely.
It's like when you go back and watch like Kickboxer.
Oh god, his knee gave out again, man.
Shit. Come on, Jones. Jones needs to finish this fight. He needs a finish. If he goes this full last 2 minutes with a one-legged guy.
It's not even the last 2 minutes. It's been the last 3 rounds.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, at this point, he's got to do something.
Jump to saying, could this go to a draw? I mean, technically, yeah. I haven't really been scoring it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Santos maybe got round 1, but this is going to be a clear decision for Jones.
I think it's probably going to be a 48-47 scorecard for John Jones. I think Santos won round 1 and maybe like round, was it 3 or something? Maybe. Banana Ram saying, that guy used to do the voice for every trailer. He did. He did do the voice for every trailer. Yeah, we need to find out what that guy is, that guy with that voice, because he was in everything. I loved it, man. Bring me back to my childhood.
Fucking coasted for 5 rounds. Look, I'm telling you, bro.
All right, we're getting out of here, man. Like,
This is the John Jones that we have to live with now. Oh my God, he's just not. He might lose a decision now.
Don't need to watch this.
Okay,
we have to wait till the decision at least, because.
It might be a closer decision than we think. Fucking Jones draws to Santos. Oh my God, that'd be embarrassing.
John Jones didn't even go for a takedown.
No.
Not a single takedown, guys.
I told you in his interview, he said he wasn't going to. He's like, I'll be the easiest way to beat him would be a takedown, but I want to beat him at his own game. Like, okay. The dude can't even do anything. He literally can't make any kind of quick movements without like falling over or nearly falling down. And Jones is just still content to be right here. Like, what the fuck did Jones even do for 5 rounds? Like, realistically.
Nothing.
He had one elbow that did some damage and split him on the top of his head. That's it.
And Thiago Santos hurt himself. Right? Like his knee, he hurt himself with his knee injury.
Oh, that was miserable.
That was really bad. That was like pulling teeth. That was just not fun. I feel like I didn't need to watch that. And the sad part is like, like that was a fight we knew was one-sided and kind of not necessary. But I think it was even more so because it turned out to be such a boring fight.
Yeah.
Shout out to Thiago Santos, though, because at least he did something, man. I mean, he had one leg in this fight. He was doing something at least every time.
Yeah, he was still coming forward with combinations. He was still trying to put some damage on Jones. Jones had a flying knee and 2 elbows in 5 rounds. 0 takedowns. Like,
great comment from Grabaka Hitman. Did John Jones forget he has fists? I've seen a lot of 48-47 scorecards for Jones. I do see some people saying that they could see, a 48-47 for Santos, but they are leaning Jones still. God, that was bad. Dominic saying fell asleep. LOL, what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened, Dominic. Nothing at all. Credit to Thiago Santos, though, because he was trying throughout that fight, man. And John Jones made that fight bad.
That was like watching a Dodson fight.
Oh my God, Dodson. Dodson fights are so bad. God. That's a good comparison. Where like there's a lot of moving around, but like not a lot of throwing punches and strikes or doing anything, right?
So bad. Think I'm just gonna let you kill me, John?
Scorecard for Santos.
Oh shit.
48-47 Jones. And still John Jones.
Split decision?
Yep.
God, dog, that's embarrassing, Jones.
All right, we're getting out of here. Callers, if you call in before we finish our wrap-ups, you can have your call. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. I will give you a call 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. International callers call in on Skype. However, if by the time the music is up and me and Fu are done talking and shitting on this main event, while talking about how great the other fights were, we will get out of here. And it'll be what it is. Fu, thoughts on the main event? Jones, Santos.
Jones is becoming a negative fighter. It's kind of annoying.
He's always been a negative fighter.
Yeah, but he finished people before. He found a point in the fight to go for the fucking victory. And all of his other fights. And then the last 2 to even 3, even maybe if you go back 3 fights, he struggled to find any kind of rhythm or opening to get a finish. And I don't know. I don't like watching 5 minutes of coasting. It's so annoying. And thank you for the Nunes fight and Masvidal being so
John
great.
Jones being asked, why didn't you go for a takedown? His answer, I felt like I was winning.
He needs to get rid of Jackson. He needs to get away from the Jackson Wink fucking clown show. That's what needs to happen.
Agreed. Like you said, though, you're about to say, Nunes, Masvidal, thank you guys because you made this event at least worth buying and entertaining as hell. John Jones moved to heavyweight. I don't care to see you fight Corey Anderson in that sort of fight. Nunes Cyborg rematch, but I would personally like to see a Shevchenko trilogy fight instead. But I know that's far more of a hipster pick. And Jorge Masvidal, give me a Kamaru Usman title shot. Fuck Colby Covington. Masvidal has gained the momentum and steam of the MMA fandom. Give it to him. I honestly, why not? But digressing, guys. Have a great day, great night, wherever you're listening. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe, patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. I'm Matt Hunter. You find me, Matt Hunter, MCR, all platforms. Fu.
Fugatti, MCR, all platforms. Thanks for being here with us, guys. It was a fun card until that boredom main event there.
Yeah, definitely a good card till that main event. Have a great night. Peace.
You disrespect boxing, you piece of shit?
Are you off your tits? Have you been smoking something?
You know, they're selling you all wolf tickets, people. You're eating them right up.
Stay off the weed.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
That's fucking illegal.
Just send me location.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?